And with that, I will stop talking because I'm getting thirsty. And Dan, thank you very much. Please take it forward.
Thank you, Dr. E. Thank you for coming to our little seminar here to learn more about the program. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Daniel Brown, and I am an alumni. I graduated just the previous cohort of 2023. And I just really loved the program. I'm always trying to be involved. You can ask Cynthia, like I reach out, I comment. I am a big proponent of this program simply because I think I got out of it a lot more than genuinely what I went into hoping to achieve. I can tell you right off the bat, I'm a much more confident speaker. Like I've always been verbose, but giving presentations has always been something that was a little nerve-wracking for me. And you do a myriad of presentations in this program, and you get very good at them, and you can start whipping them out faster. You can start being more confident in what you're saying. And that's actually directly applied to my job then, because then when I go and I speak in front of people who may know a lot more than me or may need to be like let's say dumbed down a little bit to try and make it more accessible to the masses. That's now something that I've picked up simply based on the fact that there are a lot of projects. That's a good thing because it gives you experience in a lot of different ways. And ultimately, I didn't start at Arrowhead. So a little caveat for my story, at least for this, is one of the guest speakers that came was actually from Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals, where I work now. And Ta. She came in and she gave a little guest lecture, and she was working in an oligo space. And at the time, I was working in oligos as well, like a nucleotide gene therapy. And we just got to talking after class. And ultimately, she was telling me that there was a large expansion and they were hoping to bring in, kind of new chemists that want more opportunities. And being in that area, I was very interested and I reached out. And at first, nothing came from it. And that's kind of anticipated. As Dr. E said, no one's going to hand you the job. But I did build the rapport with Anta. And in fact, I had lunch with her just today. Um, Overall, it's genuinely fantastic. We were able to communicate. She was able to try to kind of figure out what I'm interested in, what was I pulling from this degree, and how do I want to apply it. And I began to talk about how I was really interested in the management, the project management kind of area, along with operational excellence, things of that nature. And that's kind of how I have now applied my current knowledge to my current job. I have a background in pharmaceutical chemistry through UCSD. I got my bachelor's in pharmacological chemistry, and I worked for about 5 years prior to joining this program. And I decided I was still hungry for more knowledge. And I think one thing that you need for this program is you need that thirst or hunger for knowledge. You won't succeed or get the most out of it unless you genuinely try every single day. And it can be kind of taxing because it is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, several hours. You're tired. There's a lot of work. You worked all day long. But I can confidently say trust the process because it does work. I'll give you a little anecdotal and then I can let it go back. There is a particular project that you do that I think was really changing for how I look at things. And ultimately, that's Dr. E's program, where he had us kind of build a company and pitch it to him. And I think that that was a big challenge for me because I have primarily been in chemistry, and the business aspect is what I kind of hope to gain. And as a result of being able to take everything that I learned from the other classes, and Dr. E being very much so hyperfixated on the exact details, and he will grill you, and that made me the stronger person that I am. We basically pitched a company and we go through all these questions that might be asked by investors and things of that nature, and they need to be believable, checked by data that you might have created, or in this case, fabricated and shown around the area that you're looking for in hopes that you can get a successful company launch. So our project was Firefly Diagnostics, where we did a tech transfer. And that's something that you would learn in the program, in which you could take kind of someone's patent and apply it and kind of expand out on it. And I actually do that now. So we do a lot of implementation here at Arrowhead where we do tech transfers, where we have, let's say, a novel oligonucleotide or peptide that we want to link, and we don't necessarily have the platform or basis to do so. So we can kind of partner with other companies and where they can take their methodology or maybe their platform and now apply it to our work and then be able to then implement our work into eventually getting a drug to the patient, which at the end of the day, it's always about getting the drug to the patient. And ultimately, without this program, would I be where I am today? Quite possibly, but it would take in a lot longer and a lot more of my own research, where this program kind of guided me in the direction, showed me what was out there, what I didn't know, bolstered what I did know, and kind of created what I think is a strong understanding of the pharma space, which is a lot more in depth than just being at the bench. There's a lot to it, but it's fantastic and it's worth every minute and all the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into this program. And with that, I can field questions, but I love this program and I would recommend it to anyone who's interested in pharma and wants to learn a little bit more and who honestly just wants to further their career. It's genuinely worth the effort.
Thank you, Dan. I have actually one quick question. I know we are going to move on, and there will be more questions after because Christina is going to talk about some of the logistics. But question is, so are you part of doing the valuations when you are doing these collaborations?
Now, I'm part of the actual meetings, but I don't actually have to do any of the math behind it. But the understanding is there, and the ability to now talk to them and have a general understanding of not just kind of blank faced, that I can give to you, Dr. E.
Excellent, excellent.